So what I've just tried to do is make the world very small for you. If you start checking most markets, you'll find out that the true technical competition, technical meaning out of 1,000 possible results, when you set your preference screen to 100, and you click on 10, go to the bottom and see the blue link that says out of 798 the rest are admitted results. That means that your technical competition is rather small. And think in terms of thinking, I'm not talking about business or conversion factors or all these other things which we'll be talking about in relationship to the new upcoming AdWords changes and the rest. We're talking about just ranking factors and on-page factors. You can see that the world gets pretty small. Now, there are several other ranking factors that we're not considering, but we'll talk about those before we go. What I wanted to show you here is, again, here's everything we just looked at. You check for the broad. This is your customers, what most people query. That's what you're interested in. Phrase match. You can double check the phrase match and see how the websites that rank in the top 20 to 100 or even top 1,000 are offset by the phrase. You can check the title. And folks, everybody agrees. Jerry West, Mr. Black, our own team, I've confirmed this. Title is, by most SEOs in the industry, keyword use and title tag is the #1 top positive factor. I know in Rand Fishkin's team and the rest, that's it. This is still working, okay, and it's very important. So then there's the all-in URL. Some people use the all-in URL. Some people don't think it's important. It is important for me because I like to check to see who is siloing. And although Sue called me out that you can't really tell necessarily just because it's in the URL that someone's siloing, what it does do is it finds out, since domain has anywhere from a 4% to 10% ranking factor, it's very good to see. And remember when I showed you that the true technical competition dropped from 875 for offshore banking bank to 390? That means that a lot of people aren't focused 100%. Because remember, Google is nothing but a big silo website. That's what you really have to understand. The reason I'm teaching you siloing is because that's what Google does. All right, we'll look at more of that a little later time, but I could go on for 10 hours on that. But this is how I learned what we do here. So the URL tells you a lot. You can actually tell if somebody's got it in their directory. If they have a virtual silo, well, of course you can't tell, but that's why the URL is so important. And there's so few people that actually have your term qualified, QLI, qualified as a least imperfect. Google's like, there's only 390 that even qualify to show up as a URL optimized, okay? Anchor, all in anchor. I don't know if you can see this down here, but this is all in anchor. All in anchor means that the websites that come up for those 100 at a time have your keyword in question somewhere in the anchor text of their site, or the page that's ranking, okay? These are all on-page factors, folks. I know that you know there's more, which is inbound factors. In fact, the number two main SEO concern in the entire industry is the anchor text used on the inbound link. And there's very few tools that qualify that in bulk for you effectively. This is why we're designing the ultimate tool to do that. This is the end game for us when it comes to technical SEO, because we're going to be able to show you where that is. Now here's the sweet spot for the on-page factor. The new application that we're creating, which is called the CMAD module, also our mini white paper generator for your clients, will actually add a whole bunch more of these spheres and find the sweet spot for all of your clients. Okay, so right now we have the on-site factor, and here's the sweet spot. Okay, for on-page. We're also going to add the sweet spot for, which is the number 2 factor in the entire industry, which is the text of your inbound links. Why is this so important, and why is Matt Cutts always, talking about different things and the rest with it? Because you maintain the integrity of a search engine by qualifying your citations. There's been a lot of stuff recently, I know, on Webmaster World and the rest, about the whole Google bowling thing has revived, and they're talking about how people can actually damage your site by providing inbound links from bad neighborhoods. Well, I don't agree. And there's several reasons why. I've been reading the new post that we're on April 4th. You don't need to worry about that. What you need to worry about is providing quality content on a robust infrastructure, providing inbound links that are themed from sites that are robust. Okay? If the outbound link from the sites coming into your sites are pointing to ghettos, meaning you're in a ghetto neighborhood, and a ghetto is defined by poor inbound links, especially the theme of the inbound link to the site that's promoting your site. Okay, it's a network of theming, folks. And that's what we're setting up. That's why we're an unstoppable force, is because all the sites should be themed. All of the sites should have integrity. All of the sites should be supporting the theme that you're focused on. That's why nothing else really works long term. I'm looking at complex data of sites that are themed over years, and they're robust. They can't be touched because they're real businesses with real content supporting other businesses with real themed content. And what's supporting them? Well, other businesses with real themed content. Okay, so there's all kinds of factors involved here, but the sweet spot, the ultimate sweet spot, will take all of your on-page and your off-page factors. It will look at the least imperfect aspects of the top 10 rankings for all of those, and it will tell you exactly how least imperfect you need to be. And it will tell you, this is what our tool will do, it will tell you how much it will cost for you to rank for that term. Not as a mysticism, but not as a belief, but as a general recommendation. That's what we're looking for, and that's what we've designed for the CMAD module. That's what we designed for the mini white paper and the smaller version. You actually want to look, and not just for a single theme. Okay, remember the theme was offshore bank. We don't want to just look at the ranking factor for offshore bank. We want to look at it across your entire silo structure, all of your terms at once. We want to find that sweet spot for all the terms. Okay? Hope this makes sense to you. I'm going to show it to you in a Camtasia. Russell Wright from themezoom.com. Thanks for joining me. I've never revealed this in an open forum before. I hope it doesn't make too much sense to you. Talk to you later. Have a great day.